Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining us for our next HackOn 2.0 session. I am Aditya, one of the organizers here at HackOn, and today I have with me two absolutely wonderful people from one of our partners and sponsors, Symbl.ai. Hi Eric, hi Akanksha. Thank you so much for joining us
Hi
today.
Aditya.
Hope you're both doing well.
Yes, thanks
Doing
for
well.
having us.
Thank you, Aditya.
Awesome. So Eric Giannini here is the lead developer, evangelist, and advocate at Symbl.ai. And Akanksha Bhasin is the new community evangelist here at Symbl as well. And they're both here to introduce this absolutely amazing platform that you all can use in your hacks at HackOn. So I'm going to give you the stage now, and I wish you both the very best of luck.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Aditya.
Thank you, Aditya.
Great. Welcome to Symbl.ai 101. Symbl.ai is designed to provide you with an overview of Symbl.ai's platform, its products, and their APIs. Symbl.ai is a real-time analytics platform for automated speech recognition on multi-channel text, voice, or video calls. Symbl.ai's suite of APIs enables developers to track the highest points of artificial intelligence in calls with fully programmable endpoints for triggering application-specific logic to help drive brand new experiences around your conversations. As Aditya said, I'm Eric, the lead developer, advocate, and evangelist at Symbl.ai, and I'm here with Akanksha Bhasin, the community advocate.
Hi everyone.
Oh, oops. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yes. Okay. So in the meantime, would love to answer like you in the chat section. From which city do you belong? And how? Yeah, we have everyone. Christy. I hope you folks are enjoying the hackathon. I know it's like virtual and in the middle of the pandemic, but it gives you a great opportunity to interact with developers worldwide. So we have people from Haryana. Hi, Paris.
Hey, Paris.
Hi, Anshuman.
Hey, Anshuman.
Let's get started now.
Wonderful. Before we get started, I just want to let everyone know that if you have any questions at any time, we're here to answer those questions. So feel free to raise those questions in the chat. We'll make sure that we're attentive to those questions in real time. What we're going to do next is we're going to lead you through the process of both authenticating as well as setting your Symbl.ai public workspace up on Postman. It's a really simple process. We've streamlined it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to walk you through this process. The first step of the process is to log in to Symbl.ai. If you haven't signed up yet, Akanksha is going to go ahead and pass you our platform link so that you can sign up for an account at Symbl.ai. The second part will be to download Postman. And then the third part will be to download the Postman workspace. And then it will be to authenticate. We're going to walk through each one of those steps right now. So,
Yeah. Let's wait for like 1 minute. I think
okay.
we can give them time to sign up.
I've gone ahead and I've switched screens to a Google Chrome tab so that you can see the link. It's a HTTPS semicolon // platform.symbl.ai /# sign up. If you're having any trouble accessing that website, please ping us in the chat.
We have also dropped in the link. Hi Siddharth, hi Manit, hi Bhavesh, hi Hari Krishna. So we have folks joining in from India, from different parts.
Looks like a lot of people are still in the process of joining the stream. We don't want to cut anyone short. We're going to go ahead and take a minute or two for the rest of the participants to join the stream before we head on down the road.
I guess in the meantime, we can have a nice little chat and see, because we have participants joining in from different parts of India and they're sharing here as well. We see someone here joining in from Indore. We've got folks from Delhi NCR. We've got Chandigarh, which is another part of India. I'm joining from Dehradun, which is the foothills of the Himalayas. So we've got a nice variety going on here. And it's lovely to see folks from all of these diversified regions, even within this country here.
I completely agree. I'm really excited about how everyone is coming from different places, adding different perspectives to their development streams at the hackathon. I'm really excited to see what will come about from these different perspectives.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I think, the fact that everyone's here from different regions, they're always going to find different problems to solve around them, different use cases. And that's exactly where we have such lovely use cases for a platform like Symbl, for example. I think for me, in all my hackathons, the best solutions that I've ever seen are ones just stemming from problems around us. And I'm sure you would also have seen something similar in your experiences, right?
Yes, we've seen quite a bit of development around different use cases. It's not just the call center use case that is the key to development with Symbl.ai. There are a lot of different use cases. People can build experiences around conversations in multiple different ways. We're in an API world. Symbl.ai is situated well within that world. So our APIs are just as open to working with other APIs as any other of your favorite APIs.
That makes so much sense. And I think, that sort of an interoperability is extremely useful because that just allows developers with different skills, different knowledge levels, just different domains to experiment more and more.
Yeah, I completely agree. Even something as simple as making a post request to Google Docs is in and of itself a novel aspect of dealing with the data that comes from conversation intelligence with Symbl.ai. You can pivot inside of Google Sheets to create graphs. These graphs can be time series. So within a very, very, very short period of time, or even through the combination of no more than 2 APIs, you can create brand new experiences around conversations with the Symbl.ai.
That sounds absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
I
And
guess we
apart
have
from the
a number of folks active here. Yeah, sorry, please.
Yeah, we have around 20 right now. Okay, I was saying
Yeah.
that apart from the call centers, like we also have meetings daily, as it's impossible to keep a note of all the meetings in this remote world. So let's say if someone is absent in our community, or maybe we are working somewhere. So what we can do is like what Symbl does, it actually brings in the meeting insights like topics, action items, follow up, summaries, and or we don't need to send them the whole recording, and the Symbl will analyze all the text and video and will send us actionable items, hence saving a lot of time. So if you have a data recording with you, first you need to gather data, label it, analyze it, and build the right user experience. We can save you here, like from analyzing to building. We also have a experience UI where you can also see the whole scenario how Symbl works. So yeah.
I think some folks are having a little trouble using the promo link from the short link. Let me just directly share the link as well. I, yeah, I've sent in the link here. So folks in the chat, if you've had any trouble using the link that I sent in, please make sure to use this corrected link here. All right, well, I believe in that case, we can also move ahead and proceed with the demo of the platform. Um, the link works now. Perfect.
Wonderful. Great. Okay. So it looks like a lot of new people have joined the stream from a lot of different parts of the world. We're really excited. I think that everyone has had a chance to sign up on the platform. I'm just going to go ahead and simulate that process. I put together a password with a user ID, and I'm going to go ahead and sign into Symbl.ai. When you sign into Symbl.ai, the portal is designed to facilitate developer onboarding. We're striving to provide developers with the best developer experience that they can possibly enjoy. Part of that process is an API playground. The API playground is a simulation of Symbl.ai's APIs. In this playground, we have one of our APIs at work. If you look here on the left, you have a tryout without code, and then tryout with code. So you can go ahead and you can see that what has transpired here on the left is a conversation, and you can hit the process text button, and that text will be sent over to Symbl.ai's platform. A conversation ID will be generated. We'll go into more details about what a conversation ID is. Our system analyzes the conversation. It produces a transcript. It also produces contextual insights such as action items, questions, or follow-ups. It also creates the salient topics or salient subjects of the conversation. You can see what those are: mobile phone, ABC Corp networks, technicians, white nose. When you sign up with Symbl.ai, it's great to go ahead and try out the API playground so that you can make your first API call in a really well supported developer environment. And as you can see over here on the right, you have your curl commands. You also have JavaScript, and you also have Python 3. Symbl.ai recently released a brand new SDK in Python to help developers who specialize in Python develop around our APIs with even greater ease than the APIs that we have without wrappers. So if you go over to home, at the home page, you'll see that if you signed up with the promo code, you'll have 3,000 minutes for voice API, and you'll also have 3,000 minutes for the text API. This account does not. I didn't sign this account up with the promo. Oh, it just looks like someone said that the Ashwin is from Hyderabad, India. Welcome, Ashwin. We're really glad to have you on the stream. Over here on the left are your API credentials. You've got your app ID and your app secret. Those will make a big difference when you go to download Postman. I'm going to have Aditya post a link into the comments section to help you download Postman right now. I'm also going to put it in up over here. Oh, perfect. It looks like the Hack-On Foundation has posted the link you need to get to sign up with Postman. I'm going to go ahead and grab that link too, and I'm going to put it over here. Right here. Grab that, post it in. I've already got Postman up and running, but if you're new to Postman or this is the first time that you're downloading it as an application on your desktop, you'll see options. One of the options is Windows, another is web, another is Mac. I use Mac, so I would click here. But like I said, I've already got the app set up, so I'm just going to switch panes. If at any time you are experiencing difficulty with authentication, you can always ask us a question, or you can check out our docs. There's a link to our docs right here on authentication. But remember, we're going to grab that app ID and that app secret, and we're going to head over to Postman. I want to do a quick thumbs up, thumbs down with all the people who are on the stream. Are you able to see the Postman that I have up on the screen? If you're not able to see it, I can try to make it larger. I put it into presenter mode. If you could give me thumbs up. Do you see it? If you don't, thumbs down. We'll see what we can do about the sizing. Okay, great. Looks like Gagan said yes, he can see it, and Ashwin said he can see it. Prathamesh gave me a triple thumbs up, so that must mean he sees it really well. So I've gone ahead and I've set up an environment. Environments are really great with Postman because they put everything behind the scenes so that you don't have to copy paste parts of your environment. And it's also the clean way to do things. You know, when you're programming, you have your process.env file where you fetch your app ID or app secret. So it's a Postman way of synchronizing with the developer best habits. You have your app ID over here and your app secret over here, and you just drop in those codes that I showed you over here. You grab here, grab there. And you want to make sure that you create your variable in a way that you'll be able to remember, because you're going to use that variable shortly to authenticate. So once that's done, you'll want to save it, and then you'll want to head over to the folder of API endpoints. When you first download your Postman, you're going to get a team workspace. You can always feel free to set up your own personal workspace. In fact, there's a way to do that so that your workspace can be made public, which is not the subject of today's discussion, but something to keep in mind. You can create a Postman public workspace combining Symbl.ai's APIs with other APIs. It goes to support what we were discussing earlier about being in an API world. You open it up and you see a folder of 35 requests. These are API requests. And below that, you should see a folder of 5 different subjects. And what we want to do is we want to open up the authentication one, and we want to do a generate token. And as I was saying earlier, it's really clean. It's fresh. It's in sync with the developer best habits. To drop the API key in there like this. It kind of looks like the process.env.app ID environment. And once you've done that, you go ahead and you press the send button and you authenticate. Whoa. Okay. So that API worked, and looks like we have an access. Sorry, not an access token. Occasionally, we'll call it an access token, but access token is just the variable name. It's actually a JSON web token. And JSON web tokens are tokens that developers can use to create finite sessions for secured authentication. Whoa. Okay. So it looks like we've got a question here in the chat. Can I use call Symbl API inside of a simple web app, as most of the examples are for Node apps and others? You can most certainly call Symbl's API inside of a simple web app. We have sample code on our GitHub repositories that do exactly what you're asking. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post into the channel, for those of you who are curious, a link to our GitHub where you can check out some of the simple web apps that make API calls inside of their code. Great. So we got the JWT. Now the JWT enables us to go ahead and hit other API endpoints. In just a second, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass the mic over to Akanksha, but I want to give you a brief overview of the source types in Symbl.ai. So Symbl.ai's platform, a conversation intelligence platform, becomes operational from 3 different source types, operating across several different internet protocols. These protocols are WebSockets, PSTN, which stands for Publicly Switched Telephone Network, SIP, Sessions Initiation Protocol, HTTP, and also the real-time messaging protocol. Now, operating on those different protocols are essentially 3 different products. These are 3 different source types. These are source types in the sense that you can enable Symbl.ai on these types, no problem, so that you can begin to access the conversation in real time to make brand new experiences. These are essentially the Async Api, which it can be called in real time, but is essentially designed to make offline or asynchronous requests, right? You could do batch processing with the Async API. And then you've also got the Telephony Api. These 2 source types are represented in Postman. The other source type, which is a WebSocket, will be represented in our team workspace soon. The WebSocket is a set of code that we will demonstrate in this stream towards the latter end, because it requires us to open up a console. It requires us to take and copy paste a JWT, but we want to give you a feel for our APIs right now. And I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to Akanksha, who is going to go over both the Telephony API as well as the Async API to give you a couple Hello World demos. Akanksha, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I need to share my screen.
Okay.
In the meantime, while that's coming up, I guess we have a couple of questions here in the chat as well. So let's take them as well, if that works.
Great. I'm seeing a question from Gagan. Can we generate access token without post method? I would like to know what Gagan means exactly. I'm not sure what he means.
I think I'm getting an idea, and I believe that is, do we have any other possible authentication flows to get the JWT back?
Uh, there might be one, but I'm not aware of what other method could be used.
From my experience personally, I believe that this tends to be a good way um, for authorizations, and even if we have other methods, this would be a recommended flow, as this is a more secure way of going about it. So that's probably something to think about. Gagan has another question here as well,
Yeah.
and that is if Gagan can work and use this in R as well.
I think that if R is a language that handles API requests, I'm sure that you could use Symbl.ai with R, no problem.
All right, I guess that answers it. Thank you.
Great. Akanksha, are you able to share your screen?
Yes, sharing it.
All right, I believe it's up now.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
would be cool if you could just maybe zoom in a bit. I believe that will help our viewers as well and get a better understanding of what's happening.
I think it's not zooming. One second.
I believe for that you might have to go to the settings from file, and
Yeah.
within that
I
you can
hope it's
increase
visible now.
yeah.
I've
It's
zoomed it.
better now. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. Okay. So as Eric mentioned all about APIs, async APIs, and telephony and WebSockets, today I will walk you through over the async API. So I hope all of you have set up your environment and have added your app ID and app secret. So if you have added this, just click on send and an access token will be generated. So moving forward, now click on async APIs. Under the async APIs, click on text, short transcript, submit new conversation. So as the name says, it's asynchronous. It means the availability of resource may not be immediate. So we can upload videos, text or audio files over here and Symbl will process it. So after clicking, go to the body section and under the tab, yes, I hope it's visible now. So in the content, you can write maybe hello world. Let's get started with async API, or maybe let's get started with Symbl. You can try it out right now. Maybe you can write the content over here. Now going on to the 8th line, you can write your name as well as your user ID. That's your email with which you have signed up on the platform. So after the whole process calling the APIs, we will be getting a transcript as well as the whole summary in our email as well. So you can add your email. I hope everyone has added. Now click on send. So it's a post request. So we get a conversation ID and a job ID. Grab this conversation ID and copy it. We will use it further. Okay, I have copied my conversation ID. Now go to the conversation APIs. So conversation under the conversation APIs, go to conversation, get conversation. Now click on body and now replace the conversation ID over here. This is the conversation ID which I got from the async API. And now click on send. So it shows 200. So it means we are good to go with. As you can see, an ID is generated and type it's a meeting. So what Postman does is it also shows the timestamp as well, like it's 24th May, and this is the start time and the end time, and how many members are there. It's just me because I'm adding. Let's say I'm also uploading a video file. It might have like 3 to 4 members as well. So we can also update members from the backend as well. So let's say in a video, Akanksha is saying something and Eric is saying something. So maybe we can separate those things by adding members as well. So Symbl will tag those items in it. So I will cover all these in the next Telephony API section. Now click on Post Experience. Now click on Body and click Send. Sorry, I need to change the new conversation ID as well. I forgot. So I get a URL. Maybe I can paste it over here. This is how the experience API works. Since it's like a hello world program, like you see, we get a transcript. Hello world, let us get started with Symbl. So this is how we can make a simple hello world program as well using Symbl. I hope everyone is trying it out. Maybe I should look. Yes, we have Soumya, Divyansh, and okay, great. So now let's get started with the Telephony API. It was a simple one like this Async API. We also have other things as well, like a long transcript. We can also submit audio. We can also submit video as well over here. So there are multiple use cases which could be covered. And in the hackathon as well, uh, like we can also make a workflow. As you can see, in this pandemic time, there are a lot of WhatsApp groups. They have like volunteer groups that are helping people in this pandemic, maybe arranging the leads or maybe segregating all the links. So we have like more than 200 plus messages in a day. So people don't have the time to skim over all the chats. So maybe getting all the transcript, like all the video, and store it in the back, like in the database, maybe AWS, and from there you can call the Symbl API, and it will process the whole links and other stuff as well. So this is like a simple use case, and other things which you could build on hackathon as well. Let's say we work on the like on the healthcare theme, and let's say we make an application that tracks our emotions, maybe tracking our mental health. So we make a Android app, or maybe we make any application. Maybe we make something on the browser as well, like on the web application. So if we call Symbl, maybe we can use trackers as well. So there we can like Symbl will analyze all the day-to-day conversation between you and the bot. So maybe we can get meaningful insights, and we can generate reports as well. So there are multiple use cases which could be worked on. Now let's get started with Telephony API. So as Eric covered the theory about it, and since we have PSTN and SIP connection, you must have studied about it in your maybe college. So these are basically the protocols. So what Telephony API does, it provides an interface for developers to join the Symbl bridge or join the VoIP calls and get the results in real time. So optionally, the developers can also trigger an email so after the call. So I will show you the demo for this. Now, under the Telephony API, click on Start Connection PSTN. Yeah. Now click on Body. So as you can see the code, we have operation start. What's the type? It's PSTN. We can add phone number, DTMF. So what's DTMF? DTMF's dial tone multi-frequency. It's used like the touchpad in the mobile, like your beep sound comes when we dial into someone. So it's also available in Zoom. The Zoom demo will be covered. So let's get started with the telephony API with the mobile phone. So you can add your phone number over here. Like I can give you some time. You can add your phone number, and for DTMF you can just put hash. You don't need it right now. This is for the Zoom. And under the actions, you can see these parameters like the email. So after the telephony joins, like in my mobile phone, it will like listen to my whole conversation that I am doing. And after the call, it will send me a transcript at this email. So under the email, write your email, and you can also change the name. I have written like send summary email. You can write anything, maybe a transcript short, and you can also name this like having fun with telephony uh, at Hackon. So I can add these details over here. Now click on send. So it will send a request. So as you can see, I got a phone call. So it's calling from New Jersey. So I will pick it up. As soon as I pick it up, so I will get a status 200. Okay. So I've added. Yeah. As you can see. So now telephony has joined my phone, and whatever I am speaking right now will be recorded over here. So as you can see, we get an event URL, we get result WebSocket URL, and we also get a conversation ID. We need to grab it so that we can use it for getting the post experience. I just copy it. So yeah, now I have click on the conversation APIs. Now click on get conversation. So paste your new conversation ID over here and click on send. Okay. So I got a 200 status. Okay. So I wrote like having fun with telephony at Hackon. The connection has been established. I got a start time since I'm already on my call right now. And now whatever I've spoken, I also want a transcript of it. Now click on message transcript. I paste the new conversation ID over here, and then I click on send request. So yeah, I got a status 200. Okay, then whatever I've spoken over here, yeah, telephony and my phone number. I also get the start time and the end time. I am, you remember I was speaking this, like I'm speaking right now, will be recorded over here. All this is getting recorded, and conversation you need to grab. So as you can see, everything is getting recorded in the form of transcripts. And there are other features as well, like members, but we only have one, so we don't need to like go on this, and we can also update members. So let's see if there are any topics. No, we haven't used topics in this. So it's just a polarity and sentiments in this. So you can read more about it in the docs. And we also have other things like questions, follow-ups, action items, and analytics. So under the analytics, I get the metrics like the total silence, the total talk time, total overlap. Let's say I make an application where I want to improve my communication skills. So maybe I can use Symbl APIs over there and try to like enhance it as well. So, and don't click on delete. We don't want to delete whatever we have captured. Now I'm using the post experience API. I paste the new conversation ID over here, and I will get the URL for the meeting insights. So yeah, having fun with telephony and hack on. So we got the summary topics. We also got the transcripts, and generally it happens in the conversation. There are some important topics, and we don't want to focus on the other stuff. Maybe something related to maybe family or something, or fun session which we do in the intros. So all this got added in the form of topics. So this is how I work, like it works, and I can now end the phone call as well. So yeah, I hope you understand. And do you have any doubts?
I think I can also come up. I was going through the session. I think there are some concepts I really like because personally, I've been actively working with one communications platform in a variety of use cases, and that's Twilio. So I do want to understand some of the differences here from traditional, more commonly available communications platforms like Twilio or Vonage, for example, and how Symbl can benefit our developers here.
Eric, would you
I
like to take
believe
this
we have
question?
a presentation up as well. Yeah, I see Twilio and Agora there.
Those are
So
great
we
questions.
recently partnered with them,
We
Agora.
have
Wow.
Twilio is a great partner or great product. We have recently partnered with Agora.io. Agora.io is one of the leading real-time communications, real-time engagement companies. Symbl.ai is fully enabled right now on a brand new product called the Real-Time Engagement App Builder. It is designed to enable low code, no code creation of real time communication or real time engagement applications with almost nothing more than a simple build command after you've clicked a few boxes. So the streaming services are many. We at Symbl.ai have done our best thus far to try to enable Symbl.ai out of the box for developers on um, streaming services like AWS or like Twilio, if not Agora, which is our partner. We have a Twilio demo application that provides live captioning. We really like it when developers fork our repos, push new features, add new aspects of Symbl.ai to our existing demo applications, or even repackage them. If you are a hacker at this hackathon, you are more than free to grab our demo applications, even so much as something like a single hack on one of our demo applications that extends the functionality, it adds a brand new connection or creates a new way to transform a Twilio conversation or adds some type of visualization to a Twilio call or what have you is a great idea. Any kind of advancement that you can make on the simple application that we have available in our GitHub, our team welcomes. I don't know what the exact specifications are for acceptable submissions. I think Aditya could talk more about that. Does that sound like something the hackers at your hackathon can do, Aditya?
Of course, I mean, within our general themes, even apart from our dedicated social good themes, we do have an open innovation track where participants can experiment and play around with these technologies and come up with solutions that they really just want to. So we're totally open to these solutions. And I think I would personally love to see some of these because I love working with communications platforms. I have recently joined the Twilio Champions program as well. So something like a product which uses both Symbl and Twilio is something I would personally love to see.
I agree. Yeah, we've got a great starting point with our demo application on the GitHub repo. If anyone would like to continue along that path, and I agree with Aditya. I really like the real-time communications, the real-time engagement platforms as a
Yeah.
starting point for Symbl.ai. Go ahead. It sounded like you were going to say something, Aditya.
Yeah, no, I was just totally agreeing on that point. Just wanted to mention I've also sent the GitHub, the Symbl.ai GitHub link here in the chat as well. So you all can go ahead and check that out too.
That's wonderful. And then another great way of dealing with Symbl.ai is, let's say, for instance, you're thinking to run some kind of advancement on the code in an application, but you want to field your idea first. A great way to field your idea is to run your idea's advancement through a Zoom call. It's really, really, really easy to add Symbl.ai to a Zoom call. We've also got a JavaScript SDK that can enable you to do that. In previous hacks, we have seen people use that SDK or JavaScript code to enable the fielding of different ideas through Zoom. Zoom is one of those tools that, oops. Zoom is one of those tools that allows you to engage in a video, to engage in audio, or to engage in text in real time. So apart from saying that Symbl.ai is a conversation intelligence platform for developers, I want to show you guys how that can happen in real time with a Zoom call. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to extend what Akanksha had done. I am going to show you how to add Symbl.ai to a Zoom call. You've got a Zoom call up here in the right-hand corner. That is Akanksha and Eric in a single Zoom call happening right now. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unmute my mic so that my voice can start to stream into the Zoom call. And I am going to go back over to the API that Akanksha used over here, the Authentication API. And I'm going to open up Telephony API. And I'm going to go to the exact same place that Akanksha went. And instead of configuring the telephone number there, what I have done is I have gone ahead and created environment variables for a Zoom telephone number and a Zoom DTMF. And so right here, if you click right there, you can see this is the one-tap mobile number that comes from a Zoom invitation. And then you've also got your meeting ID, and then you've got a passcode. The DTMFs are really tricky, but once you got it, you got it. You don't have to worry about it. As you can see here, it's tricky because, oh no, I had to put a hashtag here. And then, oh no, I had to put another hashtag here. And then, oh no, I had to put another hashtag there. So depending upon your PSTN service, they may not all be like Zoom. So you may end up having to put hashtags in different places. Essentially, it's just, as Akanksha said, you're dialing into the service. Now, with these two variables configured, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fire off that request, and I'm going to add Symbl.ai to the Zoom call so that I can start to get real-time insights. Great. Now, a lot of people may be wondering, well, I sent the post request and I got these details back, but it's not adding itself to the conversation. There's a way to figure out how to troubleshoot this because it can be tricky from time to time. The way to troubleshoot, or the way to check the status, is to go over to the Conversation API and grab the messages endpoint, and you drop in the conversation ID right there. The conversation ID that I grabbed was from the return data on the successful post request, as you can see from here through the PSTN protocol. And I went over here and I dropped it into the API endpoint so that I could gain access to the conversation data inside of this API endpoint. If I hit send, it will give us data that you commonly hear when you try to dial into a Zoom call, right? You know, welcome to Zoom, enter your meeting ID followed by pound. You know, there's those pounds again. Where do I put them? And it will also say, hey, you know, enter your participant ID followed by pound. You know, there's another one of those pounds. Otherwise, just press pound. And you know, enter your passcode. And then you have not entered any numbers. Please re-enter the meeting passcode followed by pound.
So now I have got a request and I will be adding the telephone.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Right there. Akanksha just admitted Symbl.ai into the Zoom call. Cool. So now my mic is open and I'm streaming messages into the Zoom call. And we can see those messages here, right? Like that. So I'll grab those and I'll take a look at them. And in the background, you know, Symbl.ai is processing our data. It's mining the data for contextual insights, and we'll check those out in just a second. Whoa, okay, so I had just said that, and the great thing about this API is that now it's posting those right there into the chat. So if you are using one of the leading API or SDK or real-time communications or RTE, you know, real-time engagement softwares like Vonage, like Twilio, or like Agora, you could use Symbl.ai on top of those services to create new experiences that go far beyond transcription. And, you know, one of the ways to go far beyond transcription is to take a look at what you get from the conversation after you create a Symbl.ai conversation. I'm grabbing my conversation ID, which is a key to opening up the door to all the other API endpoints. These are not trivial API endpoints. People might think, oh, I'm going to get questions, big deal. Or, oh, I'm going to get follow-ups, big deal. Or, oh, I'm going to get action items, big deal. You can't get these types of things from any other API in any product yet available. These are essentially far beyond merely transcribing or engaging in automated speech recognition. They are giving you aspects of the conversation so you can create new experiences around those conversations. You can create new experiences around action items. Let us imagine, for instance, if we go back to that slide that I just showed you where we were talking about Jira, taking a post request that runs in the background on your Zoom-enabled call that will log or detect the action items so that once an action item is detected, they, boom, open up a brand new ticket in your Jira workflow so that after your call, you have got a list of action items that you didn't even have to go create in your Jira board. They're automatically created for you. So with Symbl.ai, you're given the opportunity to develop automations that extend far beyond transcription to things that haven't yet been accomplished. There is no service yet available that can automatically create Jira tickets through voice with action items from a product like Symbl.ai's product. There is a novel innovation. You can create novel innovations with Symbl.ai. The same thing goes for follow-ups. You know, a lot of people in the business world like to have a list of follow-ups. You know, what do I do after the call? You can have that list piped directly into Salesforce under a similar integration, no problem.
If I might just throw
Go
in an
ahead.
idea, and I
Yeah.
think this is something that could help our hackathon participants as well, considering mental health and awareness is a theme that we have. The whole transcription idea on a Zoom call really gives me this wonderful idea where, these Zoom call transcripts could be used and sentiment analysis could be performed on these to help assist folks who are trying to actively work in that space as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So, say for
Most
someone like a psychologist or psychiatrist who's working with any of their patients, this could be a highly assistive tool for them, for example. So that's a possible use case as well. And I don't think that we have some of that going around in the world right now. So maybe we could use a product like that.
I completely agree. I know that I recently read an article that said that 35 of the leading telehealth startups are looking to add voice, video, or chat to their applications. And once they've added voice, video, or chat, the next step is to add Symbl.ai so that you can get up and running with how to create connections, transformations, or visualizations around the streaming data that you receive. The streaming data that you receive in a telehealth use case is something that can rely upon Symbl.ai's questions. You could have a patient a patient referral with a set of questions, and Symbl.ai could produce those, and it could be automated so that the doctor receives each one of those questions that a patient raised during the Zoom call as they're transferred out to a different department that specializes in some particular aspect of the body or health. There are a number of different use cases that can be created. There's a lot of novel innovation that can be found through even something as simple as questions, follow-ups, or action items. You might think, well, what are they? I ask questions, I follow up, I get action items. Here is your ability to capture those automatically so that you can create, an extension. You can create a connection, a transformation, a visualization. And we can take a look at, what are some of the questions that were captured during the course of this Zoom call that is happening here in real time. And we can grab those, right? So I just grabbed those conversations. I just grabbed the conversation ID and I loaded it into our Conversation API's question GET request. And I've got the questions down here, right? And so one of them is we can see all those messages here, right? And so you can get that question. You could also do follow-ups, right? I'm going to drop the conversation ID into the follow-ups and see if there's any follow-ups that the Zoom call captured. Okay, not for this one. And then action items. Great. So, I will grab those and I will take a look at them. And in the background, simply I was processing our data. There's an action item. And then you can get a lot of different aspects of the conversation from Symbl.ai in real time. No problem. Okay, great. So we have covered conversation APIs in a brief detail. We've also went over the Telephony API, and we've started a connection both on the phone as well as in Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close out this Zoom meeting, and I'm going to give people a chance to ask some questions before we move over to the WebSocket API. To start off with the questioning, I want to show you a slide that talks about some of the different ways you can imagine development around Symbl.ai's platform. And I want you guys to take a look at this slide to see if there's any questions you might have about what can I do at the hackathon. We've talked about voice over IP. These are essentially your channels. With Symbl.ai, you can create a multi-channel, contextual, artificially intelligent conversation. Even connecting 3 different channels together through our post and put requests, where you can post a conversation to create it for the first time, or you can put to a conversation to update that conversation asynchronously or in real time, is a novel innovation, right? You've got video, audio, SMS, chat, emails, transcription. You can do all of these things with Symbl.ai. You can plug and play, no problem. And then you move on to the APIs. Oops. And you go past Symbl.ai to, what are the results, like trackers? Trackers is a subject we haven't even had a chance to discuss. It's a more advanced topic, but you can track aspects of a conversation in the same way that you can action items, follow-ups, or questions. And Akanksha went over analytics and contextual insights I discussed. Over here, oops, you've got the ability to create things like real-time tracking and personalized intents. If you were focusing on an accessibility and conversation intelligence powered search, you could create that. Conversation intelligence enabled workflow automations like I was discussing with Jira or Salesforce. Earlier we had discussed the conversation quality and analytics. If you were to combine Google Sheets together with that discussion of telehealth that Aditya mentioned, you would have a novel innovation. Merely creating a graph that graphs the rise and fall of the polarity score over time would give you a time series. Time series is one of the steps towards data science analysis. So you have the ability to create access to a vast array of experiences that extend far beyond the conversation. And so let's go ahead and let's take a look at a few of the questions. And it looks like Goggin has just mentioned, imagine real-time visualization for Zoom, Meet, which helps to analyze data. Yeah, I completely agree with that kind of imagining. What do you think, Aditya?
I think it's definitely an interesting idea because, like you showed earlier, something like action items, for example, or messages. I mean, if we can actually, retrieve that sort of information, we can essentially quantify the impact of meetings and use that information to streamline our productivity. So I think it can be a very, very beneficial productivity tool for a lot of organizations.
I completely agree. And we've also got another question here from Balaji. Balaji looks familiar. It looks like he might have been in a few of our other live events. Have you been in a few of our other live events, Balaji? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, he
wonderful.
was there in our first event.
Oh, we've got a returning user. Thank you so much, Balaji. Let me go ahead and read out loud what Balaji's question is. What you are... Oh, there's someone yelling in the background. Does anyone know what that is?
I have absolutely no idea. Let me just mute myself. This might just be on my end because there's some stuff happening outside.
Oh, okay. It sounded like someone was involved in a ping pong match in there. Oh, I got
it's
you.
it's
Oh.
it's actually more like, I guess, we have some of these night animals come and try to pick at the fruits here on. So it's just some of that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa. It would be great if you could set up a live stream for that. That would be some great evening relaxation views. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go back to Balaji. What you are referring to in terms of batch in platform architecture, whether it is a bundle set of inputs. Yeah, so you can bundle together a bunch of recorded conversations and you can loop over those conversations to extract artificial intelligence. No problem. You always want to be mindful of users' privacy data. You want to make sure that they consent to the mining of their conversations data. I know that there are strong protections for privacy in the United States, so make sure to keep yourself compliant when you're doing that. But of course, you can do that. You can do that with our async APIs. And then can we integrate this with a Google Meet as well? I think that Google Meet operates with many of the same protocols on which Zoom operates. If you wanted to enable Symbl.ai on a Google Meet, our team would be happy to receive that as a submission. We would be happy to judge that as a submission because we haven't yet enabled Symbl.ai on Google Meet either. Oh, great. It looks like Balaji was happy with the answer that we gave to the question. Thank you so much, Balaji. It looks like those two questions were the only questions. Let's go ahead and head over to Symbl.ai's website so that we can now check out the WebSocket API. All right. Great. So on, a lot of websites these days, there's code. The code on Symbl.ai's website you can use and you can run in a browser on Chrome. This right here is a Safari browser, and that particular browser is not a good option for running this. You want to go over here and head over to Chrome, and we're going to go to the Symbl.ai website. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to press Option Command J, and bam, we're going to pull up the console. The console is a great tool for development. We've got some code here, the code that we just pulled off the website. And if you're looking at it for the first time, you are encountering for the first time Symbl.ai's WebSocket API. WebSockets are one of the best ways to integrate audio into your platform. If you're fielding an idea first with Zoom, no problem. PSTN is a great way to field your idea. But if you wanted to take your idea to the next level through a different protocol, you could do that with WebSockets, or you could do that with the real-time messaging protocol. We want to share with you an article that Toshish Jawala, our CTO, wrote on best practices for audio integrations. If you're just getting through your submission, but you wanted to take a step back to look at what are some of the ways that I can optimize my submission against different data points, Toshish goes into detail about what those data points might be, as well as what the benefits, the advantages or disadvantages of specific protocols might be. So you can get a better idea of how to engage in a best practice for an audio or video integration with Symbl.ai. And let's go back over here to the console. We've got a WebSocket, and what we do with the WebSocket is we load stuff into the WebSocket. And one of the stuff that we load into the WebSocket is a unique meeting ID and an access token. Now, the unique meeting ID can be anything. We've set up a BTOA so that we can create a meeting ID out of the output of the BTOA. But what's key here is the access token. And once you have the access token, you can successfully create the WebSocket. The great thing about the WebSocket is that it's a tool that will help you develop event-driven architectures, right? Event-driven architectures are architectures that trigger some event when something happens. So every time that there's a message with Symbl.ai's WebSocket, the WebSocket's on message method will be fired, right? It's fired every time a message is received from the WebSocket server, meaning that every time I say something on a Symbl.ai enabled WebSocket call, that method will be fired, which is great because if you wanted to pipe a detected action item or a detected question or a detected follow-up to some other connection to transform that data or to visualize that data, you could do that configuration through the on message, no problem, so that you didn't have to, you didn't have to manually fire off, a detection algorithm for detecting when some kind of event happened. You would just check out the on message method. Great. Okay, so how do we get this up and running? You're probably wondering now. We go back to our authentication and we grab a JWT. You remember from earlier how we generated the JWT through authentication, right? And you grab that and you copy it and you run back over to the BTOA, sorry, to the access token, and you drop it in there. And pay careful attention to make sure that the whole text has got that. And you slide down here and you hit enter. And what's going to happen is that it's going to ask for access to the microphone. In my case, it did not, because I had ran this earlier with Akanksha. So permission to my microphone was granted already. And as you can see here, bam, 69 messages right there. We got more messages piling every time I open up my mouth. This is essentially your on message function logging messages in real time as the conversation happens right now. So you can create experiences around whatever is detected in the transcription from on message. All you have to do is reconfigure that method to create a new experience. So your ability to hack and hack on, comprises multiple different source types, such as the source type for PTSN, publicly switched PSTN, for SIP, for RTMP, for WebSockets. You have got a long list of different protocols with which to create your next technological advancement in the hackathon. And you've got the messages just keep rolling in. They just keep rolling in. I want to make sure that everyone was able to get up and running with this type of setup. Remember, we got a Chrome browser, number one, and then we went to Symbl.ai's website and we grabbed the code, and then we did Option Command J, and we opened up the console and we copy pasted the code, and then we got an access token and we dropped it into the code, and then we hit enter, right? I want to make sure that everyone is logging messages like I am. It's got to be a lot of fun. So go ahead and raise your hand, ask a question, let us know, are you able to log messages in real time through the WebSocket, just like we are?
Ah, this looked like fun.
Great. Hi, Aditya is back. Welcome back, Aditya.
Yeah, Gagan is able to log. Yes, we do have a yes from Gagan.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa. Congratulations, Gagan. Is he able to post a screenshot into the YouTube chat, or does YouTube
I don't
chat
believe.
forbid
I think YouTube chat doesn't allow screenshots there, but you can always share on Twitter and tag all of us. You can tag Symbl and Hackathon.
whoa.
We'd love to see that.
That would be a great idea. Thank you so much for mentioning that. We have a special account for developers called Symbl Dev, and we would love to see people who are part of the live stream tweeting screenshots of the messages they're able to pull in from the WebSockets API. Great. And you can do that at any time during the hackathon. If you have a chance later to review your code but didn't have time to take a screenshot, you're more than welcome to do that later. Add the handle from HackOn, add Aditya's handle, and drop in a mention to Symbol Dev, and we will retweet it, and we will make sure it's a part of our social media presence.
Yeah,
I'm
and
sure
we
that's
Great.
going to sound
also,
very exciting here to our
yeah,
participants.
and we also wanted to announce to the participants that Symbl.ai has a track in Hackon. So the best hack built using Symbl APIs will win an Amazon voucher worth $100. And the surprise element is that even if you don't win, we will also give you a chance to get interviewed for becoming a part of our ambassador program as well. So this was the surprise element.
Wow, I think that sounds like an amazing deal, and I think it's the perfect way to go about ambassador programs. I think this is an example definitely a lot of organizations can learn from, and that is to join the program, you need to build using the product. And I personally love
Yes,
that idea. So I think,
definitely.
that we should definitely have some folks hacking using Symbol. I personally like the product. I'm really excited to see the sort of projects that come out from that use the Symbol APIs.
Yeah, and for all the hackers that have joined in, it's not Symbl APIs, it's not only for meeting insights or maybe healthcare. Wherever there is natural human conversations, Symbl API could be a part of it. So that's the main thing.
So Symbol literally brings the world closer.
Yes.
I think that's a lovely
We
way to look at it, and
Yeah.
that could definitely see some amazing use cases in our themes, which are focused around. I mean, one of our biggest themes is diversity and inclusion, so this is the perfect place to bring in something that can bring people closer.
right.
I
And we
agree. I
have
completely
question
agree with
from
you.
hmm, we have also
Yeah.
question from Balaji. Do you think the Symbl API may be beneficial for support CRM to minimize manual tiresome duties like following up or inquiries?
And gathering important insights from customers in order to maintain a positive customer experience. I think so. I think that in addition to the APIs that we discussed today, you could take a deeper dive into Symbol AI by researching our trackers API as well as our sentiment analysis API. Our sentiment analysis API could be used to drive customer satisfaction. Um, it's very easy to set up, although it is beyond the scope of Symbol AI 101. It requires very little in terms of what you need to do uh, gain those insights. All you have to do is add the sentiment true on the end of your search query, and you can grab the sentiments that are on the messages, right there, just like that. You grab some sentiments. Um, no problem. Hold on, I think it's sentiment true. Let me run that one more time. Perfect. Yeah. So I made a mistake. I accidentally put sentiments instead of sentiment true. But that is essentially, one of the queries that you can throw on the end of your conversation API's messaging endpoint so that you can grab polarity scores that happen to be evaluated on a per message basis. You can use those polarity scores, like I was saying earlier, to pivot in a spreadsheet to create a time series where you're mapping the rise and fall of the sentiment over time, or you could use those to help drive a new customer satisfaction, or drive experiences around customer satisfaction. I think that's pretty much it in terms of what we could present today for Symbol AI 101. I think it would be a good idea if we, open up the floor to a couple of questions. If there's questions, what do you think, Aditya?
Absolutely. I think one thing that's been great throughout is how we've been picking up questions throughout the session as well. And of course, we always have some space for more and more questions here. So, if any of our participants here, our viewers here, would like to ask any questions about use cases around Symbol or just about the APIs or anything you saw during the session, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, and adding on to the question asked by Balaji, apart from the customer satisfaction, we could also like train the person, like the salesperson as well. Sometimes it happens there are multiple salesperson in a company, and some of them are performing really well and getting customers. So maybe getting their demo and recording them and getting the insights. How do they pitch to customers, and how do they change the flow when the things go out of the way? So it could be also a possible like feature.
That's such an interesting use case.
Yeah, training.
Gagan's
And
definitely excited to work with Symbol here. He's given a little shout out about how he's looking forward to make an hour shiny live data analysis with Symbol. So
whoa, the way he said it makes it look like it's about to sparkle. We're really looking forward to seeing a submission in R. Woo.
that's definitely gonna be exciting.
Very exciting.
I do want to throw in that it's lovely because Gagan here is working with R, and that just gives me the perfect opportunity to share that we're not limiting any technology stacks at the hackathon. Whatever you love to build with, you're free to build with. So please come join in. Use Symbol here. Use work on the themes we have, and just build all of these amazing projects. I think that's gonna be so much fun. I'm personally looking forward to. I think just looking at these hacks after the hackathon sometimes is like one of my favorite aspects, because there are some of these wonderful use cases that can impact so many people here, and be it in our local communities and societies or beyond. So it's absolutely wonderful to see how some of our hackers just come up with these ideas.
Yeah,
I
and
completely agree.
we have also.
Go ahead.
I was saying, yeah, we have also started like an online hackathon starting from 5th May, and it will go till 31st July. Like integrate to disrupt hackathon by Symbl.ai. I will also drop in the chat as well the link to it. So it's
Okay, I think this.
yeah.
Let me just reshare that once. I think that's come up a
Yes.
little broken in our. Damn, YouTube's character limit is troublesome.
Yes.
And I think this is probably my first experience with their character limit. I believe the feedback form is something we shared earlier as well. I'm just going to throw these links in once again.
Yeah.
That should be totally comfy.
And thank you so much, everyone, for being a fantastic audience. And if you want to dig deeper, feel free to ask doubts in the support channel on the Slack.
I also want to mention that Eric and Akanksha are going to be there with us in the HackCon Discord as well. So that is another place where you can communicate with them in the duration of the hackathon.
Right.
Yeah.
So we will be judging all this.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was probably a good idea to join in for the session,
Yes. I was saying like we will be judging all the Symbl API's hacks.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay. It looked like you. Oh, okay. It looked like you fell off.
Yeah.
Everyone is so excited about the hackathon. We are available for your Symbl.ai integrations. We have office hours. We have a Slack. We are in multiple different Discord channels. We have an email. A developer at Symbl.ai, where you can reach us to discuss any kind of integration specific questions that you might have. So we're available. We're available to help you through the hackathon so that you can make your submission a success. And we're an API company. We're a developer first company. Our conversation intelligence platform is a developer platform. You are the bread and butter of Symbl.ai, and we're happy to be available to make it happen for you.
That sounds
And I
absolutely
think I
lovely.
want
And I
to go.
love the developer first aspect of it. I think that is so important for a lot of our budding, growing developers here. So, I mean, that sort of an approach can actually impact so many more people to get started in tech. So, it really makes a difference to have that.
Yeah, I agree. We're really excited.
That sounds amazing. I think I'm personally very
Um,
excited to see the stuff that happens.
yeah, definitely.
I honestly, the moment I saw this integrations at 20, I was like, wee!
That's great.
Yeah,
Do you think it
absolutely.
would be a good idea to give a recap, Aditya? It looks like the questions have started to um, slow down. What do you think?
I do have to mention that we're at about with 3 minutes from 11 in the night here, so that's probably one of the reasons why some of the folks probably a little, vary for the day. But I guess if you want to cover just a little bit about what we went through, what we covered, I think that could be a good idea just to summarize the session.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. I think that everyone who was here had a great time. I think that they were able to catch up on what it is that Symbl.ai is or what it does. It's a conversation intelligence API platform built for developers. We talked about many of our APIs. We talked about the 3 different source types in the WebSocket API, the Telephony API, or the Async API. We also talked about the Conversation API as a way to gain access to analytics. We also talked about running a WebSocket stream. We did all of these different demos to show you how you can get up and running with Symbl.ai. I think that in addition to the hackathon that you are doing now, we want to let you know that there's no pressure. We want you to make sure that you submit your submissions to HackOn. But we also wanted you to know that you're supported as a hacker. There are more opportunities. There's, if you've successfully submitted your submission to HackOn, we also have a hackathon that we're running in the background. Symbl.ai constantly does hackathons. There's not a time when we are not in a hackathon, preparing for a hackathon, launching a hackathon, or running a hackathon, because Symbl.ai is a developer first company, and you can take a look at whatever hackathon we have available, right there. We don't want to distract you from the hackathon. We want you to make sure your submissions are successful, but you do have access to another hackathon that's called Integrate to Disrupt. And when you're done with HackOn, you can check that one out. We would love to see, a second iteration on your HackOn submission. And we've also got something very special for you at HackOn. We've got a bronze sponsorship, HackOn 2.0. We're a developer first company, so we want to try, our absolute best to provide incentives for developers to show off their skills and to innovate. Would you like to talk more about this incentive, Aditya?
Absolutely. So, for all of our hackers here, while of course, you might have seen that HackOn has their own prizes. Along with that, if you implement Symbl's APIs in your hack, you are eligible to get a chance to win an Amazon voucher worth $100 here for the best use of Symbl.ai. So for that, all you need to do is whatever hack you're building, just you need to have Symbl.ai working there somewhere. Any of these hacks that are, that if your hack is there, you can opt in for this track when you're submitting. And these submissions will be shared with Akanksha and Eric. who will then let us know which hack they found best. But apart from that, of course, all the hacks that come here, they are great starting points for much larger, much better projects. And I think that is something that has been a constant for my hackathon journey as a hacker as well. So you can actually start your hacks here, even if you're not, whether you win or you lose, there's always a huge amount of growth you're going to achieve. So please make sure that you start off at Symbl, and you can go on and continue into Symbl's own hackathon that is there, that's going to be running till July as well. So I really hope to see you all participate. I am personally very excited to see the project that come out of this track. Thank you so much for that, Raghav. Hackathons FTW, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you so much,
wow.
Aditya.
Yeah, Raghav, thank you so much. I really appreciate you mentioning the incentive that Symbl.ai introduced to your hackathon, Aditya, and we're really excited to see what the best hack built using Symbl.ai's APIs would be. We are really, really, really excited.
Yeah. And we also have one surprise element which I mentioned in the beginning. Like even if you don't come first in this hack, like in the separate track, you are also eligible for interviewing us in the ambassador program. So for ambassador program, we need like a small demo what you have built with Symbl AI. And welcome to the community.
And as a matter of fact, demo videos are gonna be there as a part of our submissions. So it's really
Yeah.
like getting two birds with one stone.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like there are no more questions. I know I had a wonderful time meeting up with Aditya as well as Akanksha. We were all really excited to see so many different people from so many different places around the world ready to join HackOn 2.0. And we were really thankful for all the viewers that tuned into our live stream to hear about what Symbl AI is, to explore the conversation intelligence platform for developers with Postman. We are looking forward to seeing all of you in the HackOn Discord channel or in our Slack channel. And we are looking forward to your questions. We're looking forward to your submissions. I just want to thank all of you. We're really thankful.
Thank you, Pratmesh, and thank you, everyone.
All right, then. In that case, I believe that really brings us to the that brings us closer to the conclusion of the session. If you still have any queries, please feel free to mention. Otherwise, you can always interact with Eric and Akanksha in the Symbl Slack or in the HackOn Discord server. And for that, we've got a special channel just for Symbl where you can interact with them and ask about these APIs, be it any technical queries or discussing your own use cases. So please make sure to join us on these forums and make sure to use Symbl's APIs in your hacks. Would you have any final words, Akanksha and Eric?
Yeah, just wanted to thank the audience and to the HackOn community for organizing this hackathon and having us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really our pleasure, to be honest. All right, then.
Okay.
I
Wonderful.
guess let's conclude the session. Thank you so much. Hope you all have a good day, good night, wherever you're joining from. And looking forward to seeing your amazing projects and hacks at HackOn 2.0. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.